All right, guys, it's your girl Beachphoenix, and I just got out from seeing Final Destination. It was crazy. So, one thing I want to say is that this is just um, my immediate thoughts, just fresh out of the theater, because it was crazy. Give me a second. Yeah, so Ugh, I got a lot because I am gonna do a quick little review on this. Your girl is gonna try to get more. This is me being more consistent. Look, I'm live 2 days in a row. Okay, so I'm live 2 days in a row. I'm going to try to get more consistent on my content, and I'm just having so much fun with it. So I like to share it with you guys. But of course, if I get busy in my real life, then this has to be on hold for a bit. But I do want to share just my quick out of the theater thoughts. Um, oh, one thing is, I mean, it does. I don't want to give out too much spoilers, because I will put this live back out for a replay so people can see it. So this, it might have a little bit of spoilers. I'm not trying to spoil it too much. Definitely, go see it if you are a fan of the original, franchise of the Final Destination. I mean, and you don't have to be a diehard fan. But if you just remember um, some of the classical scenes or kills in a sense, then going to see this one will take you back to that. So again, this is just my just fresh out of the theater thoughts. I'm just trying to it's a lot because it ended kind of crazy. So one thing I want to say is this isn't really a spoiler, but I will also include this in my review. It's nice when you see clips or scenes or something where it's from another, I guess they call it like an Easter egg or something. I don't know. I don't know all the terms and stuff, y'all. I don't know all the terms. But it's nice when you're able to see something in the film that you know that you've seen in the past. So one classic theme that everybody is still freaking out about is like the log truck. We see that in the very first one. So that log truck still kind of gives people a eerie feeling when you're driving and you get behind a log truck. You're gonna remember that first Final Destination and the events that led up to that and what happened after that. So with that being said, that was again that was a scene or an actual in a sense a death that we're going to remember from the first Final Destination. So I do like the fact that they kind of show that again in this one. Is not the exact same way, but it kind of makes us be like, oh, and it's not even in on a, I don't like when it's like a, oh, we already seen that before, give us something else. Because if they're gonna keep doing the same thing, nobody's gonna want to watch it. Nobody's gonna want to watch it if we already seen that before. So you got to give us something else. So I do like the fact that they gave us something else by still showing that part with the logs and the log truck. That still brings fear. That still brings fear in us, so they did show that again. So I like that. I like that. Guys, if you are here, I just got out of the theater from seeing Final Destination. Go ahead and please hit the like button. If you are on the mobile device, you can hit the three dots at the top right corner of your screen and like this live. These are just my immediate scattered. They're really all over the place. But these are my immediate scattered thoughts from seeing Final Destination Bloodlines. I will put out an actual review. I know the green screen is kind of messing up. I don't know. I'm in my car, but let me see. I'll put it here. So yeah, this is my immediate scattered thoughts from seeing Final Destination. Um, I don't know. You can't see the rest of it, but Yeah, scattered thoughts for sure because it was crazy. It was crazy. Like I said, that's one thing that kind of, like I said, if you've seen, you don't have to go back and see all of them. There are quite a few. This is number six technically. You don't have to, and I like movies like that too. I like movies where you're able to just jump in on number six. This is number six. You're able to just jump in on number six, even if you've never seen none of them in the past. So there's some things in this film that I like, and some things that I don't like. Again, I'm gonna put out a full review on this to put on my channel, but this is just my out of the theater scattered thoughts on it. But again, that's the second thing that I did like is that it didn't have it where you have to watch all the other ones to kind of understand what's going on. You guys know there's some franchises out there where if you didn't see part one, part two, you're not gonna understand part three, part four, part five. This one, it wasn't like that. You can jump right in on number six and still understand the concept of what's going on and still get a feel for the characters and that build up. I understand that some series you have to see the other build up. You don't like horror movies? Yeah, I do. But they do get you like but yeah, this was one I really wanted to see because again, I mentioned in the beginning of the live, um I seen, of course, part one came out a while back and you might not seen it, but a lot of people have seen it. And we haven't seen another Final Destination in years. So this was interesting to see them come back out with this. Um, but I like that they did that. And then also we all know him as the Candyman, the man who played Candyman. So it was nice to see him one last time, I believe. This is the last time we're gonna see him. I mean, you can always go back and see all his previous work, but I believe this is like the last final thing that he did. And I'm calling him the Candyman because we all gonna remember him as the Candyman. I know he's done other work after that, but when you say the man who played Candyman, everybody know who you're talking about. So I think this was the last time that we're gonna see the Candyman. His last work is what I'm saying. You can always go back and see that. So I like that they wrapped that up and had him in there. But again, this was just I'm trying to just go live more often. And I went, look, 2 days in a row. So I'm trying to get back out there. But for anybody who is just coming in, I just got out of the theater from seeing Final Destination 6. So these are my again scattered first reaction right out of the theater. Later, I will go ahead and write me up a little bit of a review after I take some time to think about what I want to share and not give away too much from the film because there are parts that I didn't like. I don't want to deter anybody from seeing a movie unless it's very terrible. Excuse me. Like I done ate so much popcorn and stuff. But unless the movie is really bad, I wouldn't deter people from going to go see it. So, if you're interested in the film, I would say go see it. But I mean, the few cons I'm going to say, I'll put them in my review. Um, but some of the cons I'm going to say was a little predictable, and it's like we kind of seen that before. I know sometimes when it comes to movies and script writing and stuff like that, you can still be original and be creative, but sometimes you do see where there's little like piggybacks off of something else. So I'm not saying that's a bad con, but I did notice that in this film. And again, there's some things that people are going to piggyback off of. And if you see this movie, you'll understand. But yeah, so y'all go ahead and like this live. I see quite a few people in here. If you're on a mobile device, I got my pen here because look, I came right out the theater and I was just writing some stuff down because that's what I be doing. Like I come and I have a good time at the movies, and this is my notebook. I come and I have a good time at the movies. Sometimes I just come to see it, just to watch, and sometimes it's like a movie that I know I wanted to see and I wanted to, do a review on it, and I have fun with that too because it's like it's a movie that I kind of looked forward to. And, and I like to just, take some time to dive in and give my opinion. There are a lot of opinions out there and reactions and thoughts. Everybody is different. So I like to just give mine. Nobody is, right or wrong when it comes to that. I was trying to charge my other phone so I can try to share this live. But I'm not gonna be on here much longer. I know I say that all the time, but this time for real, I'm not gonna be up in here long because I wanted to give my straight out of the theater, straight out of the theater thoughts on this movie. Because later I'll do the review. If I have time, I can get the review out for tomorrow. But otherwise, I don't know. Maybe it'll be in like a day or two. There's some other movies on the list I want to see. Everybody's. I'm not going to talk about it too much on this live, but everybody's talking about the new um Tyler Perry. So I'll check that out too. But yeah. Um I'm not gonna be on here much longer. The only other thing I'm gonna say, because I know I'm just running it up, I wanted to be on here for about 15 minutes. The only other thing I'm gonna say, because again, I'm gonna give more in my review, y'all. But one thing I do want to say, and we seen it in the preview. If you did not see the preview or the trailer of this, it was very interesting to see that scene again in the preview or the trailer. You're gonna see the scene where they're up on that big sky sky what do they call it, the Skyview restaurant or something like that. When you see that in the trailer and then you actually see it, in the theater and you see the full scene, that was a crazy scene. I'm not gonna lie, it did reel you in. So that's something I can say because it's already in the trailer. If you watch the trailer and you see the part where they're at the sky, I think they're calling it the Skyview restaurant, you're gonna see a little bit of it in the trailer. But when you watch the actual scene, it is beyond crazy. But yeah, I mean, I could talk more about this, but I just wanted to give my fresh out of the theater. I'm sorry, I'm checking my messages. I wanted to give my fresh, quick out of the theater thoughts on Final Destination 6. Y'all, I'm gonna do a review on this and I'll tag it with this video. But if you are here, please subscribe to the channel because I'm gonna do more reviews in general, but I'm gonna definitely try to keep getting out these movie reviews. And if you are on here, go ahead and hit the like button. This pushes me out so the YouTube algorithm can see that you enjoy content like this. But I'll be back later, guys. Beach Phoenix signing out.